and the gang. And a good morning to you. Welcome to hour number 2. Later on in the hour, we'll have open phones, but we're going to begin the hour talking about an event coming up starting tonight, actually, in downtown Bay City. And to chat with us about it is the marketing director for downtown Bay City. We say good morning to Kelly Rupp. Kelly, good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
We're doing well. I hope you are too.
Good.
It looks like the weatherman might be favorable because you've got something beginning tonight in Bay City that runs pretty much through the summer. Tell us about it.
Yep. So starting tonight is the beloved Wednesdays in the Park concerts taking place in Winona Park. Tonight, the kicking off the series is the Bay Concert Band. They will be taking the stage at 7 o'clock. But I would recommend that you come down early and get a good spot if you'd like. And yeah, you're right. They do run throughout the summer. So they start tonight, June 11th, and they run through August 20th. And then the only week we don't have them is the week of the 4th of July because the fireworks festival is set up in the park.
Yeah, there is something else going on that week, yeah.
Just a little something.
What time do the concerts start?
Every night except for tonight. We normally start off with an opener at 6:30. They go on stage for about 20 minutes. The openers are all local artists that perform, and then the main act takes the stage at 7.
And you say every night except tonight. Why is tonight different?
Tonight, because it is the Bay Concert Band, so they are a big band themselves,
right.
So they don't require an opener.
And is there a cost?
There is no cost. These are absolutely free to anybody. You bring your chairs, you can bring coolers. Like I said, no cost to come to these concerts at all. We do accept donations. We have volunteers walking through the crowd with our donation buckets if you feel inclined to give donations, but they are all sponsored by our community. So we search for local sponsors, and it is 100% funded by local sponsors.
And how long has it been going on now?
That's a good question. I want to say it might be the 16th year.
I know it's been a while.
Yeah, so in the beginning it was the Bay Arts Council started the shows, and then they were managed by the State Theater, and then now they are managed by the Downtown Management Board.
And they run how long? I mean, is it throughout the entire summer, except for July 4th?
Yeah, Yep, except for July 4th. So starting today, June 11th, June 18th, June 25th, every week in July except the 4th of July, and then every week in August until the 20th.
And are they themed on some nights? I mean, give us an idea what some of these concerts are.
Yeah, so next week we have, these are all tribute bands, but next week we've got the Epic Eagles. They are an Eagles tribute. On the 25th, we have a local band, the Family Tradition Band. They will be doing a country music tribute. On July 9th, we've got
Queen, my favorite
Queen.
my favorite band. I might have to show up for that one.
Yes, and last time they were in town, it was storming that day, so it was moved inside the theater, so not as many people could attend that one, but I mean, I'm hoping and praying for beautiful weather on July 9th so that they can be in the park and more people can experience them. And then July 16th, we've got Journey, The Rock Show, which is another local band. They're doing a Journey and rock tribute. On July 23rd, we've got Mystic Highway. They are a Creedence Clearwater Revival tribute.
Wow.
And then July 30th, I'm excited for this one. I feel like there's going to be a lot of mother-daughter girls' nights. For this one, that is it's Taylor's story. It's a Taylor Swift tribute.
Really?
Yes. So, and then after that is The Sounds of Summer, which is a Beach Boys tribute. August 13th is a show completely sponsored by the Bryan's House Community Group. They are doing the Legends of Classic Country. And then closing out the show is Air Margaritaville, which is a Jimmy Buffett tribute.
Wow, what a busy summer and great acts.
Yeah.
I was there when Sheriff Fetterspiel did his Bob Seger tribute, and there had to be 5,000 or more people in that park.
Yeah, I want to say we see an average of 2,000 to 3,000 people, depending on the act. I know with last year we had a Fleetwood Mac tribute, and we probably saw around 4,000 people. So it gets pretty full, but there's always a seat available.
Parking becomes the issue. Come early.
Yeah. Yeah, so parking can be an issue. There is a lot of parking available in downtown Bay City, and this is something that I'm really excited about. For the past couple of years, Bay Metro has been providing rides from some of the neighborhoods in Bay City. But this year we expanded upon it, and we're actually offering free transportation there'll be one pickup location in Veterans Park, and that starts at 5:30 every Wednesday. And then they'll bring you over to the concerts, and those run every half hour. And then we also have an east side pickup that is at the Adams and Fifth parking lot behind the Bay County building. And so you don't have to carry your chairs or your coolers or your blankets all across town. You can just park in a further parking lot and catch a ride down to the park.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So tonight it kicks off. The Bay Concert Band tonight. It's the only one that's not a tribute. It's a tribute to them.
Yeah, yep.
Very good. Do you need, do volunteers help out on this?
Yeah, yep. So we have, we look for volunteers to help us pass the bucket. So if anyone is interested in helping pass the bucket, I would have them reach out to me, or you can reach out to Downtown Bay City on our Facebook page. But yeah, they help pass the bucket, and then we also work with Jedi Mind Trip Productions and Excellency Presents, who help us with the production and the booking of the acts and the backstage management.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Well, Kelly, good luck with it tonight. I hope you get a huge crowd.
Thank you so much. It's looking like it's going to be a beautiful night, and, you know, there's nothing better than sitting in a chair on the water, listening to some good music and having a good time.
Let's just remind people, too, if they have a boat, what are the requirements and what can they do?
You can bring it in. It's first come, first serve on the seawall. And you can tie up outside in Winona Park. But, unfortunately, there's no way to reserve a spot.
Right.
To park your boat, but you can anchor or pull up along the seawall.
Sure. Excellent. All right. Well, good luck with it, Kelly.
Thank you so much.
Take care now.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Kelly Rupp, she is the marketing director for Downtown Bay City. We thank her for filling us in on the concerts starting tonight. We will have open phones now for the remainder of the hour at 989-752-6111. Whatever you'd like to chat about, we can get the conversation going.
At Crystal Clear Hearing in Sacramento.
All right, back with you on the Art Lewis Show. Open phones for the remainder of the hour, 989-752-6111. Well, the question has been asked, will the tariffs do what the president says they should do. And part of that, not only to bring trade in balance, but to return manufacturing to the United States. Well, at least in some quarters, it appears to be working. General Motors has announced a $4 billion investment in manufacturing in the United States, bringing some manufacturing from Mexico back into the U.S. And there are, I think, 3 different facilities. One of them is Michigan Orion Assembly, which originally was going to build EVs and things of that nature. The company will produce gas-only vehicles at the plant after its retooling. The Chevrolet Blazer, also slated for a refresh, and its production will move from Mexico, where, by the way, it was quite criticized when it went there, to the United States by 2027. And this is all credited, according to many, because of the tariffs that Trump imposed on imported parts, vehicles. And there's been praise across the board from the White House, United Auto Workers Union, which you expect, and Michigan politicians on both sides of the aisle have praised the effort. Sean Fain, who is the president of the UAW, said in a statement, the union has said for months that the auto industry could utilize excess capacity at the U.S. auto plants and invest billions into factories, communities, and American auto workers. And that's what they're doing. And, quote, while other companies drag their feet, GM is showing that strategic auto tariffs work with a massive $4 billion investment that will create thousands of good-paying union jobs. Thanks to the dedication of our members who have been speaking up about the damage done by bad trade deals, we're finally starting to see real progress, unquote. He says it's time to invest in blue-collar America, and GM is showing how it's done. This is just the beginning. So some are saying it is a real game changer. Also, GM is retooling its Fairfax assembly plant in Kentucky and the Spring Hill manufacturing plant in Tennessee. Fairfax will produce the gas-powered Chevy Equinox beginning in 2027 and the 27 Chevrolet Bolt EV by the end of 2025. The Mexico-assembled Equinox is one of GM's top-selling vehicles and the number 1 single nameplate that GM produces in Mexico, so it's going to move to the U.S. And Spring Hill, Chevrolet Blazer, and the produced Cadillac Lyriq and the Vistig EVs, as well as the Cadillac XT5. So they're putting their money where their mouth is. And a lot of people are crediting the fact that we've been through this tariff phase, and they've come to terms with it and decided the best way to take care of it is bring investment back to the U.S. Outstanding. All right, let's say good morning to Mike in Thomas Township. Mike, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Got to answer your own phones today, huh?
I just happened to see it.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing this morning?
Good.
Hey, listen, if you've been watching that Los Angeles deal on any of the TV shows?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, well, me too. But, it's back to the same old thing. You look in the background, and there's stuff burning, and there's people looting stores.
But wait, I thought it was nonviolent.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. And there's no violence, and what is the matter with these people? Can't we just get this country on the right track?
It would be nice if they admitted up front that it was violent. And again, let's understand this too, Mike. It's not everybody. It's not all the protesters. There are a lot of protesters out there exercising their constitutional right to speak out against their government. I have no problem with that. I do
don't
have
either.
a problem when you burn a Waymo car, or when you burn some building, or you destroy
Or
property.
throwing rocks at cars.
See, that's
you know,
not-
I mean, the guy sitting in
That's not protest. That's just violence for violence'
yeah.
sake.
And I just wish that we could admit it, but you know, suing the president because he sent, you know, the National Guard there.
Yep.
And a judge tried to get a restraining order on him, but that didn't work. They must have got to the wrong judge. But anyway, you know, we're trying to do the best we can in this country, and I hate politics when everybody, you know, Republican is everything bad and Democrats everything good, or vice versa. You know, I just wish we could just get this country on a even keel.
Well, in order to do that, we have to sit down and talk to each other.
Yeah, but they don't do that. Well,
It's part of
not
the
like in the
problem.
old days. Not in the old days.
No,
I
it's
remember,
changed. Well, you know, and part of that is because of the communications we do. The internet, to me, social media has been both the bane and the boon of society.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Well,
wonderful if you learn how to
Careful.
use it, and it's terrible when it's used against you.
Well, I'm old, so I don't know how. You know, I'm a kind of computer illiterate, and I really don't care about that kind of stuff. You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, you better.
I look at it.
You
Well, I know,
better,
I
because
look
it's
at-
impacting your world.
It sure is. But well, I'm still gonna. I don't chisel my messages on a rock, but I'm not very far from that. So anyway, well, I'm hoping that we can get this thing straightened out, and I wish that that California, just every time you turn around, there's something crazy going on there, and I just wish that we could get it, you know, straightened out a little bit for their sake. I mean, I got friends that live in California, several of them, and one niece, and geez, oh man, you know, I don't know how they can even live in that place.
Well, I don't
anyway.
either. I mean, it's a great place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah. Well, one of them is living in San Diego, so it's not been quite as bad. They've
Yeah.
had their problems, but but it's so expensive there.
Well, I know it. I'm planning a visit there for a couple of days this fall.
Oh, if you stay in a hotel there, I had to go on a business trip. Well, when Barb was still alive, and you know, they didn't leave any towels in my room, so I stopped the maid outside, and nobody spoke English. Not a single person. Well, at the desk they did, and so I had to call down to the desk and have them translate to the. And then finally, what they did is they end up drawing a picture for the woman, and she. So I did get. Well, I got a towel, and
well.
thank God I could draw. But anyway, it was just crazy.
Yeah.
And the restaurant's the same thing. I mean, and I have no problem with that. I knew a little bit of Spanish, so I could get by. But you know.
Oh well, it's a different world.
You got it.
All right,
Anyway,
Mike.
have fun. Take care, my friend. Bye now.
Bye now. All right, we'll take a break. Come back. We'll get to more calls. Al, hang on. You'll be next when we return.
Looking for top quality seafood,
Which we will see here at the end of the month in Midland. Nelly Corda, Jennifer Kutchko. I mean, there are many women rising to the top, winning a lot of events, and it's good to see. I mean, I really look forward to the Dow Championship, where I get to watch these young women who are so athletic and so skilled. It's
I'll
amazing.
tell you, Arthur, since Dow brought that golf tournament to Midland, it's one of the best things they ever did, because it's really attracted a lot of people. And you know, and I know as well as how great that tournament is. If everybody hasn't seen it yet, they're looking at rising stars right there.
Yep. Absolutely.
Absolutely great. Boy, that's a tremendous tournament. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Very
thank
good.
you.
Take care, Al. Bye-bye now. 989-752-6111 is the number to call. Join us right here. Whatever's on your mind. The Dow Championship, of course. By the way, tickets are on sale now for the Dow Championship, and they are really, $10. It's just unbelievable how reasonable they've kept the cost on the Dow Championship. If you've not been to it, you owe it yourself to come out for one of the days. The tournament actually runs Thursday through Sunday, and let me get my dates right here, 27, 28, 29, 30. And you will see some of the best athletes you have ever seen. Absolutely phenomenal. I have the pleasure of being the first tee announcer, so I get to see all of these young women tee off, and I just shake my head at their ability. It's just frighteningly good. And you see this young lady, all 5'5" of her, pound the ball 290, 300 yards, and you go, whoa! It's just amazing. It truly is. Let's see. Gene is in Bay City. Gene, good morning.
Good morning. That was quick. There's so much going on. It's hard to know what to say first about things. There was a shipment that was all set to go to Ukraine. And, I thought Trump had kind of woken up to the fact that Putin was kind of playing him and really didn't want peace. And I thought Trump maybe had changed his attitude a little bit. Well, this shipment that was all set to go to Ukraine to help protect their cities, Trump canceled it and sent the whole shipment to the Middle East somewhere. And I don't know, I don't understand why he keeps doing things for Putin and doing things to hurt Ukraine. I don't understand why he does that.
First of all, his attitude on Putin has changed, and he said so. I mean, he's condemned Putin a number of times recently. The shipment, I don't know all the details of it, but the Ukraine is still defending itself, and we are still sending things there. They just shot down 90% of the drones that were sent their way. So they do have the ability to react, and they also have the ability to attack, which we've seen.
Well, he was the leader there, was on TV, and he said, that was a big shock to them that they're not going to receive what was all set to promise to come to them. That he seemed pretty upset that it wasn't going to come to them. The other thing, Vance, way back months ago, he had said, they were talking about immigrants, and he said, we don't care if they've got papers or not, we're getting them all out. Well, when they did the raid, they raided in the garment section a small business that had immigrants with papers, and they went in and arrested all of them. Well, now this small business, is shut down. I mean, some of these businesses, they have to have cheap labor in order to compete.
Yeah, I would say that's a good idea as long as it's legal cheap labor.
Yeah, I don't understand why people that have been here for years and are working and have the proper paperwork, why they want to hurt a business by going in and arresting people that have proven, to be decent people.
Don't know.
I don't understand that now.
Yeah, all right.
Stephen Miller, part of the problem is, in Trump's first administration...
30 seconds.
He had separated children from their mothers. That's cold-hearted.
All right.
Those immigrants were never able to find their children. He's the wrong man to have in charge of ICE because he has no compassion or empathy for anybody,
All right.
even
Gene,
innocent children.
gotta
Children
interrupt you.
have a right to stay with their mother.
Got to interrupt you because I got to take a break.
Thank you.
Yep, bye-bye.
My name is Kim Harris.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show. By the way, coming up next hour, we're going to learn about the Riverside Art Fair in Bay City from the YMCA. And we'll also hear from Terry Henney, who is out and about at the Anderson Enrichment Center today. There's a lot going on in this area. You know, it always bugged me when I heard people say, oh, there's nothing to do, you know, can't find anything to do. All you got to do is look. Not only on the weekends, but during the week, too. It's a busy, busy area. Great for us. Great lifestyle. I want to talk for a moment about the Detroit Tigers and how much fun it is to listen this year to baseball. And you never count them out. They are just dominant right now. I mean, I love to watch the bullpen chaos, as they call it, where they don't have a rotational starter, but they use the bullpen. They have a starter for a couple of innings, and they go through the bullpen. They did that last night, walked away with a 5-3 win. And they're beating teams who are good teams. The Cubs, right behind the Tigers in terms of quality of play and where they are in terms of wins and losses. Well, the Tigers took the series 2-1. Baltimore has been on a tear recently. Tigers went into Baltimore last night, 5-3. They were winners. They'll do it again tonight, beginning at 6:10 here on WSGW, by the way. 58th year of Tiger baseball. And other than the World Series years, I can't think of a year that's been more exciting. And in some ways, this is even more exciting than some of the World Series years because of how well they're doing. And I give much of the credit to A.J. Hinch and how he manages the team. Also give credit to those that do the scouting, do the drafting, and run the farm system, because it's recognized as the best farm system in baseball right now, which bodes well for the future. How many more Torkelsons and the like are in the farm system? There's quite a few. So the Tigers, their future looks pretty doggone good. I mean, it looks really good this year. I mean, they're number one in the power rankings, and they just keep on humming. Great clubhouse attitude. The players all get along, and it's a constant learning experience. They do drills that teach them all the fundamentals. No matter how well they know them, they do the drills anyway, and you see it in the play. It's such a refreshing change, isn't it, to not be talking all the negatives about Detroit sports teams. So we have the Tigers. We have the football side of things with the Lions that have been doing pretty well, and should do so this year. The Red Wings, I think, are just a game or two away from the playoffs. They almost made it this year. And the basketball team, the Pistons, have improved.